Imagine it's 1775. 13 small, scattered colonies, clinging to the edge of the known world, decide to do the unthinkable. They stand up and challenge the British Empire, the greatest military and economic power the world had ever seen. Think about that for a moment. This wasn't a fair fight. On one side, you had the most powerful army and navy on the planet, a global empire on which the sun never set. On the other, farmers, blacksmiths, merchants, and everyday people. They were outnumbered, outgunned, and by all accounts, completely unprepared for the storm that was coming. What could possibly drive them to take such an incredible risk? It started as a demand for respect, a pushback against unfair taxes and laws that treated them like second-class citizens. But it quickly grew into something much bigger, something that would echo through history. A revolution for freedom itself. There were no guarantees of victory. In fact, most of the world probably thought they were crazy. But these colonists had something that couldn't be measured in ships or cannons. They had raw courage, a growing sense of unity, and an unshakable belief that they deserved to govern themselves. From the first shots fired on the fields of Lexington and Concord, this was a desperate struggle. The colonists faced freezing winters, starvation, and constant defeat. Yet, they refused to break. They adapted, learning to fight a new kind of war, a war of attrition and surprise, led by a determined general named George Washington. The turning point came with help from an old rival of Britain. Suddenly, the impossible began to seem possible. The fight culminated in the decisive battle at Yorktown, where the mighty British army was cornered and forced to surrender. It was a stunning victory that sent shockwaves across the globe. The American Revolution wasn't just a war. It was the birth of a radical idea. It was the moment a handful of determined patriots proved that a nation could be founded not on the power of a king, but on the principles of liberty and the consent of the governed. They didn't just win a war. They lit a fire that would inspire countless others, proving that even against the greatest odds, freedom can triumph over empire. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this story as inspiring as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the moments that shaped our world. See you next time.